Now, let's turn our attention to India's scorecard when it comes to mental health. One estimate suggests that 20% of Indians will be coping with mental health issues by the year 2020. Well, there's one person who's begun the work on how to help families deal with mental health disorders, how to create awareness, to advocate prevention, to foster education, to stamp out the stigma, to provide services. And that is Neerja Birla, founder and chairperson of MPower, joining us today here on NDTV. Ms. Birla, many thanks for your time. For the uninitiated, how would you describe MPower, the campaign, the center, its purpose and importance?
So MPower is a mental health initiative that my daughter Ananya and I founded about a year ago. It's an initiative to basically create awareness about mental health concerns and to alleviate the stigma around it, with a mission to create more dialogue around this subject, which is so shrouded in stigma and myths and untrue stories. So we thought that through this movement we want to create more awareness around it, so that people who are suffering from mental health concerns are able to seek out help. We want to empower them so that they're able to lead more productive and meaningful lives.
Okay, so the lack of attention to mental health, the stigma that's associated with mental health, you've talked about all of these issues, but why is this cause important to you?
So, I started two schools. One is a mainstream school and one is a school for children with special needs. And along that journey, I realized that mental health and mental well-being is a very critical component of one's holistic being, and very, very important for an individual as an individual grows and goes through life. One also realized that the attention to mental well-being was so negligent and so negligible that I wanted to get to that field and really help create awareness about it. So that's how that was the genesis of MPower, really.
Okay, so March 26th, there's the second edition of the Ride to Empower. This is a cycling event. What do you hope to achieve via this cycling event?
So the RTM, which is a Ride to Empower, it's a cycle ride. It's in its second edition. We did one last year, where we reached out to about 1,000 cyclists. This year we hope to reach out to at least double of that, at least 2,000. Again, the idea is to create awareness about mental health, and here the idea is also to emphasize on the importance of holistic well-being, which encompasses mental as well as physical health. So through this ride, we're trying to create awareness and also bring about a link between the two. We all know that sport is a huge stress buster. So by including people in something like a cycle ride, which really is inclusive and the entire community can get involved, we thought we'd reach out to people to kind of show it to them, and so that they can experience it themselves, that what a great stress buster it is. And in that process and in the bargain, help them to realize that the mental well-being and physical well-being both go together hand in hand for one's holistic well-being.
There are rising concerns about mental health at the workplace, particularly high-pressure corporate arenas, whether it's the tech sector, the environment at startups today. Do you think India Inc. has a responsibility towards addressing this issue at work as well?
So I think in any situation, in any workplace or in your personal lives also, it's important to have that balance in life. And I think we all, not only as far as digital companies are concerned, but I think all of us are really victims of leading very high stress lives. So I think this is an issue, it's a concern that is really pervasive. It's not only for one segment of corporate India. So I think it would be unfair to sort of just say that corporate India Inc. has a responsibility. I think it's just there everywhere. It's really an epidemic that is there everywhere. It's really just the tip of the iceberg.
But you know, I mean, we're talking about corporate environments because you have human resource departments that have this as their sort of stated, one of the stated goals as well, but are they doing their bit? I think that's what I'm trying to address.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Corporates must put in programs as a part of the HR policies which really look after the mental well-being of the employees. And to that extent, we at MPower do have workshops for corporates addressing basically the same very issues about work-life balance, how to manage stress, and then also dealing and helping out individuals who are actually going through depression, anxiety, panic, to help them cope and deal with those situations. And I think more and more corporates are seeing the importance and validity of that, and I think they are kind of incorporating mental wellness clinics in their workspaces in order to empower their employees so that they can seek help for the same.
Ms. Birla, if you had to give some practical advice, some next steps to those who are possibly struggling with mental health issues, not addressing it, what advice would you give?
Practical advice would be, well, I guess the minute that I think we all go through ups and downs in life, and I think we should really acknowledge it at a time when we are going through a low, acknowledge it, accept it, and really seek help. I mean, when you have a headache, you do go to the doctor. When you have pneumonia, the first thing you're doing is obviously reaching out to the doctor. Or if you have diabetes, you're taking the corrective medicines to balance the insulin. So similarly, I think if you are not feeling well, I mean, one must reach out to the right doctor and seek the help that one needs. I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong in really doing that.
So the Empower movement, what are the tangible goals that you've set to measure success of this movement?
So I think the way that we would see it is to see transfers happening. I mean, if we start seeing more clients coming into Empower, which we are seeing actually, I think that would show us that yes, people are aware and are wanting to seek help. The other thing is also, I think even in general conversations, I think if people start talking about mental health and mental health concerns, I think we would probably be on the right path. And I do feel that people are more open to it, are more open to seeking help and talking about it.
Well, we've certainly made a start today here on the show. Neerja Birla, founder and chairperson of MPower, many thanks for your time here on NDTV and all the best for the Ride to Empower event on the 26th of March. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Pleasure's all mine.
On that note, we'll take a break. We're wrapping up the show. We're wrapping up, winding down to the end of the trading week. But the last hour of trade could deliver some surprises, so stay tuned. The 2:30 Factor with Pankaj Poddar is coming right up.